Okay, so hi everyone. This is for the first week for Explainable AI. We were tasked to find a paper a recent paper. So I actually found an academic paper from Asham Bilal, David Ebert, and Bayu Lin titled Large Language Models for Explainable AI, a comprehensive survey. So really the crux of it, um, large language models they offer more or less a promising approach in enhancing explainable AI. Um, and it talks about what we've talked about in previous courses in the beginning of this one about certain models having the black box problems where they make these predictions and people don't know how to arrive at those equations. So it's really an epistemological issue. I've seen this described before also in Genesis, Eric Schmidt's book. But here they talk about it also, where you have these models making predictions in medicine and finance and education, and they don't have, they need to be able to explain how models arrive at that. So large language models can use to actually translate some of the more complex inner workings of the black box to make it explainable to people who aren't technical, for example. So it goes in, we describe three approaches. So there's post hoc explanations, so clarifying decisions after generating prediction. So this, I think we'll talk about this semester, and we touched on it in 520. So it's the local mean, so using line or CHAP. So it's like CHAP uses focus on global insights, and then line is really just looking local out for a specific prediction, how it can that specific one. Um, Second is intrinsic. So just by the design of the machine, you can make them inherently explainable by using large language models. So we've seen this now at some like the chain of thought, just like Google has. You can look at its reasoning process. There's also common sense that will react, reasoning and reacting. So throughout the way they're explaining, they're arriving at certain conclusions, and then human-centered narratives. And they also have benchmark data sets, which you can walk through here. I tried a couple of the paper. Um, I can pull here. Uh, let's see, they had world tree, explain, common sense explanations. So a lot of these benchmarks data sets they'll walk through. You could your models could be compared against these data sets to see if they're actually reasoning the right way, or you could determine or you could test explanation generation features of LLMs. So it's actually kind of a cool standardized way of ensuring faithfulness and plausibility, which are some of the characteristics they describe of the models in the paper. So with that, I did to capture what I learned. I actually wrote a poem, and here sitting outside, and I kind of uh, dropped it here. So it's called "My Darling Nebula." So my darling model, you predict my needs, but how? Can you reveal how you think? It's not a matter of semantics. I'm on the brink. Give me the attention I desire. Tell me your heart. For large language models, a great start. Should I know your thoughts post hoc? But I'm too impatient. Perhaps it's intrinsic to who you are. I'm obsessed with your chain of thought. I'm only human, so be patient. Don't react. On every front, I adore you. But how will I know you are kind, faithful, and controllable? I'll know by the world tree, they say. It'll reveal your inception. But I'm more of a common sense man. You are a beauty, but a bringer of change. The doctors cure, the financiers rally, and educators teach. But assuage our fears, O temptress. Show us what's in your black box. Show us its light in your black box, and not the apple of Eve. Thank you.